Okay, so our topic is about ethical hacking, no? Ethical hacking refers to the authorized practice by bypassing system security to identity potential data breaches and threats in a network, also known as white hat hacking. Ethical hackers are cybersecurity experts hired by organization to simulate cyber attacks and help strengthen defenses. Their main goal is to evaluate the system security posture and recommend improvements before malicious actors exploit vulnerabilities. And to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter. Go ahead.
Okay, good morning. Good morning, Dean Marmelo. Good morning, classmate. So for today, I'm going to discuss chapter 18, the first three parts of chapter 18, which is ethical hacking and um, cyber, oh, the first part is ethical hacking. So what is ethical hacking? So when many people hear the term hacking, so it is often correlated with cyber attacks. So, however, in today's technology-driven world, there's a group of cybersecurity professionals that essentially hack the hackers. So they are called ethical hackers. So the role of an ethical hacker is important within the cybersecurity industry. So ethical hackers are tasked with the knowledge, skills, and experience to perform risk assessments and test systems for security-related issues. So these tests are conducted against all possible security breaches, exploits, and vulnerability scenarios that protects organization from attacks. So what is ethical hacking? So ethical hacking is a practice whereby an organization authorizes a professional to use hacking techniques to attempt to access their computer systems, networks, or application to identify potentially exploitable vulnerabilities. So ethical hacking is part of cybersecurity. So it is used an application for security and network controls. Ethical hacking is a type of hacking done for a positive purpose, not to harm anyone. So it is also done in response to negative hacking or potential security breaches. So example nito is si DICT. So si Department of Information and Communication Technology or DICT, nag-launch sila ng program which is yung Bug Bounty Program. So uh, ito yung mga ethical hackers na allowed to test government websites for security issues. So if they found any weakness, they reported it to the ICT, and this helped protect government data and systems from cyber attacks. So it was legal and done with permission. So ano ba yung kaibahan ni ethical hacking kay cybersecurity? So si ethical hacking po is a specific activity within the broader field of cybersecurity. While ethical hacking focuses on stimulating attacks to find vulnerabilities, si cybersecurity naman po includes a wider range of protective measures such as risk management, data protection, and recovery from attacks. Next is benefits of ethical hacking. So, ethical hacking helps provide solution for any vulnerabilities happening in the system or network of an organization. It protects the data and valuables information of an organization from being stolen or lost due to cyber theft or cyber attacks. So regular assessment are done to track the current security control status. Penetration testing is followed to resolve any vulnerability and further build a strong security system. Lastly, it prevents potential attackers from drawing meaningful insights to security posture of the um, organization. So in short po, ethical hacking helps to fix weaknesses in a system and protects important data from cyber attacks. So it includes regular security checks and penetration testing to strengthen protection. So this prevent hackers from breaking in or learning how to attack the system. So ano ba yung mga main objectives ni ethical hacking? So, ang main objectives po ng ethical hacking is to identify vulnerabilities in a system or network, assess the potential impact of attacks, and help strengthening the system defenses to prevent real cyber attacks. Next. So, the different types of hacker. So, meron tayo ditong five types of hacker. So, ito yung white hacker. So, si white hat hacker have knowledge of extensive computer network and operating system. So, their work is to do hacking and prevent hacking of the system or network or of private or government organizations. So, they seek to protect businesses and support them by providing solutions. So si white hat hackers are expert in computer and networks. So they legally hack system to find and fix problem, helping protect private or government organizations from cyber attacks. So example nga po nito is si DICT. So they work with white hat hackers to check government websites for security flaws. So these hackers report issues so they can be fixed, keeping public data safe from real cyber criminals. Next one is this black hat hacker. So this type of hackers are cyber criminals who violate the cyber law and enter forcefully into others' computer network using inappropriate methods like phishing, SQL injection, etc. So si black hat hackers po are cyber criminals who break into computer systems without permission. So they use illegal methods like yun nga, yung phishing or hacking to steal data or cause harm. So example po nito dito pa rin sa Pilipinas, yung kay DICT pa din. So in 2021, some government websites were attacked by black hat hackers causing system downtime and data breaches. So because of these agencies like the ICT po, so they strengthened their cybersecurity to prevent future attacks. The third one is gray hat hackers. So such type of hackers break into any IT network without owner's consent and follow malicious activity. So si gray hat hackers naman po, they access system without permission but they don't always have bad intentions. So sometimes they just want to show the weaknesses, but their actions are still illegal. So for example po nito, halimbawa, a Filipino hacker once accused or access a government website without permission to show it was not secure. So although there was no damage was done, it was still considered illegal because there was no consent. The fourth one is the blue hat hacker. So this type of hacker mainly targets security firms that have been in contact with businesses to check their cyber and security systems. Sometimes they are also motivated by any kind of revenge or decide to seek into other system for any personal or professional gain. So si blue hat hacker naman po, they attack system often to revenge or personal reasons. So they may target companies or businesses to get back at someone or gain something. So halimbawa po nito is yung isang dismissed IT employee sa Pilipinas. He once hacked into his former company system as revenge, causing systems error. So this is an example po as blue hat hacker. So driven by personal motives. So lastly is the red hat hacker. So red hat hackers are very skilled ones who government uh, agencies mostly hire to support them and protect them against black hat hackers. So si red hat hackers naman po are highly skilled experts hired by government agencies to protect against cyber criminals. Yun nga yung tinatawag na black hat hackers. So, example po nito is halimbawa sa Philippine government, nag-hire sila ng red hat hackers to defend against the attack of critical systems such as protecting election data or government websites from black hat hackers. So, yun po. Next is what skills required for ethical hacking? So, skills required for ethical hacking include deep understanding of networking, proficiency in programming language, knowledge of operating systems, and familiarity with hacking tools and techniques. Ethical hackers also need strong problem-solving skills and thorough understanding of cyber laws. So, to get further in-depth learning and knowledge of ethical hacking, pwede kayong mag-enroll sa a certified ethical hacker or yung CEH course. So this will help you to explore more ethical hacking and penetration testing. So the learning modules and hands-on projects allows you to become a white ethical hacker expert. So yung mga certification na kailangan is yung CEH, yung CompTIA Pen Test, or CompTIA Advanced Security Practitioner or CASP, PTE or Certified Penetration Testing Engineer, and lastly yung PEH, Certified Professional Ethical Hacker. So next po, ito yung foundational aspect of ethical hacking. So ito yung reconnaissance, scanning, gaining access, maintaining access, clearing tracks, and reporting. So dito tayo sa first step. Sa reconnaissance, collects information about network and system. So this is the first step in ethical hacking. It means gathering information about target system or network before trying to access it. So for example po nito, si ethical hacker, nag-check siya ng company's website. So yung mga IP address or public data to learn about their system setup without hacking it. So this helps plan a safe and legal test. So the next step is scanning. So the system applies to the collected information to find weaknesses. Basically, scanning is done with the help of obtained data. So si scanning naman po, through the use of scanning tools, the hacker scans an IT environment to identify potentially exploitable vulnerabilities in security measures. So for example po nito, si ethical hacker uses tools like Nmap to scan a company's network and see which systems are online and what services are running. So it helping find possible entry points sa scanning. The third one is acquiring access. So at this stage, hacking starts. So ethical hackers target and attacks to enter the system. So after getting access, they try to manage the information and modify the codings. So acquiring access is the step where unethical hackers tries to enter the system using weaknesses found during the scanning. So example po nito, si ethical hacker uses a weak password or software bug to safely access the company system with permission to show how a real hacker might get in. Next is maintaining access. So access is maintained for a long time. The re-enter code is set to make it accessible in the future too. So dito naman po sa maintaining access, so meaning staying connected to a system after getting in. So the hacker can continue testing or monitoring. So, for example po, si ethical hacker install a safe tool with permission to keep access and check if the system can detect or stop long-term intrusions. So, next is the clears the track. So, to prevent detection, hackers need to cover all their tracks and modify the codes. So, dito naman po, meaning removing any signs that uh, hacker was in the system like logs or access history. So, for example po, si ethical hacker, dinidelete niya yung mga test logs after security check to show how real hackers might hide their activity. So, but only with permission and for learning purposes. Lastly po is yung reporting. So, after successfully stimulating the cyber attack, ethical hackers prepare report on vulnerabilities and problems addressed during the process. So, after documenting their findings po, the hacker provides a report to the organization offering a recommendation for remediation and ways to strengthen security posture. So sa reporting po, ito yung final step where the ethical hacker documents all findings, method used, and suggest solution. So for example po nito, si company system, after testing company system, the ethical hacker writes a report showing the weaknesses found and how to fix them to improve security. Okay, next naman po tayo is sa penetration testing. So penetration testing is one of the best way to evaluate your organization's IT and security infrastructure as it identifies vulnerabilities in networks and systems. Unpatched vulnerabilities are open invitation to cyber criminals. So si penetration testing po or pen testing is simulated cyber attacks designed to identify security vulnerabilities and test an organization defenses. So by proactively detecting weaknesses, security teams can remediate risk and prevent costly data breaches. So si pen testing also helps ensure regulatory compliance, enhances employee security awareness, and evaluate incident response effectiveness and support business continuity. So, types of penetration testing. So, si network penetration testing or internal, external, and perimeter devices. So, test servers, firewalls, routers, and network security. So, ang example po nito is yung checking if company Wi-Fi or internal system can be hacked. While in web app testing po, so it focuses on website and online apps. So, ang example po niyan is testing an online store for login or payment security issues. The third one is mobile testing. So, test mobile apps on Android or iOS. So, example po niyan is yung checking an e-wallet app for data leaks or weak passwords. Next po is social engineering. Social engineering tests human behavior through tricks or deception. So, sample po nito is sending fake phishing emails to staff to see who clicks them. Then, yung physical testing, test physical security of offices and equipment. So, example po nito is trying to enter a restricted area like a server room without an authorization. And then yung last, yung cloud testing. So, test cloud service and platforms. So for example po nito is checking for security gaps in data stored on platforms like AWS or Google Cloud. So meron pa tayong IoT penetration testing. So ito po yung it helps expert to uncover security vulnerabilities in the ever-expanding IoT attack surface. So this method po helps to ensure security preparedness by finding misconfiguration and fixing them to make the IoT ecosystem secure. So it not only helps to prevent security mishaps, but also aid in maintaining regulatory compliance and minimizing operational disruption. Next is the OT penetration testing. So uh, as operational technology system becomes more connected, they become more exposed to cyber threats. So penetration tests detects the resilience of OT industrial control system to cyber attacks, provide visibility, identify vulnerabilities, and prioritize areas of improvement. Lastly, yung database penetration testing. So, si database security is of utmost importance to organization as end of goal of an attacker is to gain access to their databases and steal confidential information. So, database penetration testing checks the privilege level access to that database. So, ito yung penetration testing steps. So, parehas lang siya dun sa cyber ethical. Sa ethical hacking, I mean. Yun. So, meron din reconnaissance, scanning, and vulnerability assessment, exploitation naman yung dito, and then yung reporting. So, last is, ano ba yung mangyayari after pen test? So, penetration test result, which are usually summarized and analyzed with a report. So, it helps po the organization to quantify security risk and formulate action plans. So, this report po provide a comprehensive view of a network and its vulnerabilities, and enabling companies to remediate gaps and strengthen their defense, particularly if a report discovered that a network has been compromised. So, ito naman po yung mga best penetration testing tools. So, yun nga yung Nmap. So, it uses IP packets to determine what hosts are available on the network, what services they offer, which operating system they use, and which packet filters firewalls are in use. So, um, ano ba yung ginagawa ni Nmap? So, ang ginagawa po ni Nmap is to find live devices, open ports, and services running on a network. Next is yung Wireshark. So, this is one of the most widely used network protocol analyzers that helps thoroughly scan network traffic. So, si Wireshark conducts a thorough inspection of hundreds of protocols which gets updated and periodically. It has live capture and an offline analysis feature. So, ang purpose naman po nito is yung network traffic analysis. So, it captures and analyzes data traveling over a network. Next is yung Metasploit. So, this is an open source framework with an ever-expanding database of exploits enabling pen testers to stimulate cyber attacks on networks. So, si Metasploit uncovers systematic vulnerabilities on networks and servers. So, ito naman po, ang purpose naman po nito is exploitation framework. So, ang ginagawa niya is launches real-world attacks safely to test system vulnerabilities. Next is Burp Suite. So, is one of the leading tools for web security testing. It is advanced manual and automated features help identify the top 10 vulnerabilities listed in the OWASP. So, dito naman po sa Burp Suite is web application testing. So, it checks for web bugs like SQL injection or broken login forms. Next is yung Nikto. So, si Nikto is web server scanner. So, ang gamit naman po niya is they scan websites from outdated software or dangerous settings. Next is air cracking. Wi-Fi network testing yung purpose niya. So yung gamit niya is to test the security of wireless networks like breaking Wi-Fi passwords, ganon. And then John the Ripper. So password cracking yung purpose niya. So ang gamit niya naman po is to test how easy it is to guess or break weak password. Next is yung SQL map. So database vulnerability scanner. So si SQL map naman po, ang gamit niya is to find and exploit SQL injection bugs in web apps. Next is yung Hydra. So Hydra is one of the most effective pen testing tools for performing password and brute force attacks. So it is parallelized login cracker that supports numerous protocols to attack. So ang gamit naman po ni Hydra is to test login forms to check if weak passwords can be guessed. Lastly, yung OWASP or ZAP. So it is flexible and extensible, meaning it can be used as a standalone application and as a daemon process. So ang gamit naman po niya is to test login and to check if weak passwords can be guessed automatically, scans website for common security flows by OWASP standards. So emerging cyber threats and attacks. So dito naman po tayo sa ransomware attacks. So ransomware is a type of malicious software that is designed to extort money by blocking access to files or the computer system until the ransom is paid. So paying the ransom does not guarantee that the files can be recovered or the system restored. So dito naman po sa ransomware, so malware that lock files and demand payment to unlock them. So for example po nito is sa isang hospital, they can access the patient records until they pay a ransom. So yun yung sample ng ransomware attacks. Next is phishing 2.0. So phishing is the practice of sending fraudulent emails that resemble emails from reputable sources. The aim is to steal sensitive data such as credit card numbers and login information and is the most common type of cyber attack. You can help protect yourself through education or technology solution that filters malicious emails. So, more on advanced fake emails or messages naman po ito to steal a password or data. So, for example po nito is an email that looks like it's from a bank but it's actually fake. So, kung may nare-receive man tayong mga email, mostly sa email natin, yun, sample siya ng phishing na kumukuha lang sila ng mga data natin pagka na-click natin siya, ganyan. So next is cloud attacks. So cloud security provides rapid threat detection and remediation, enhancing visibility and intelligence to prevent malware impacts. So dito naman po sa cloud attacks, attacks targeting cloud storage and services like Google Drive or Dropbox. So for example po nito, si hacker, nag-steal siya or leak company files from cloud accounts. Next is AI-powered attacks. So hacker use AI to create smarter malware or deepfake contents. So ito naman si hackers naman po, it uses AI to create smarter malware or deepfake content. Yung example po niya is yung fake video of a company boss asking for sensitive info. Next is the insider threats. So threats that come from within the organization like employees or former staff. So example nito is si staff sa isang company. So a staff member leaking company data to a competitor. Lastly, yung IoT attacks. So hacking smart devices like CCTV, smart TVs, or printers. So Example po nito is si hacker access a network to smart printers. So, ito yung meron akong video dito kay YouTube. So, 3 minutes lang po to. So, nakikita niyo po ba?
Step into Wix Studio and handle every part of your build from one platform. Map out your project with an
Guys, kita niyo po ba?
As the experts say, it's
Sige.
not if you experience a cyber attack, but when. Cybersecurity is an umbrella term for the methods and strategies used to protect hardware, software, data, and other internet-connected systems. It focuses on areas like application security, information security, disaster recovery, and end-user education, to name a few. Attacks are inevitable, so business efficiency largely depends on a cybersecurity team to stay one step ahead of cyber attackers. Here, we'll explain the ins and outs of cybersecurity. For a detailed comparison of cybersecurity and cyber resilience, click on the link above or in the description below. And subscribe to Ion Tech for more videos on all things business tech and security. To understand the importance of cybersecurity, you have to know what you're up against. Cyber attacks come in many different forms. Malware is a form of malicious software like worms and viruses. Ransomware involves holding a victim's data or device hostage to extort payment. And phishing involves sending fraudulent messages to steal sensitive information. Other common attacks include social engineering, man-in-the-middle attacks, inside attacks, and more. The key to formidable cybersecurity is multiple layers of protection. Data, software, hardware, and connected networks require protection through passwords, antivirus software, and similar means, while endpoint users should be trained on the proper security and compliance processes. And in the case an attack is successful, disaster recovery plans are essential for organizations to recover quickly. Recent advancements in technology have made way for new strategies as well. For one, AI. Organizations use AI to automate cybersecurity tasks, predict potential threats, suggest solutions for vulnerabilities, and detect patterns of unusual behavior. Other developing tech include behavioral biometrics that identify threats through behavioral pattern detection, and zero-trust architecture that ensures continuous authorization and authentication. And just as new defensive strategies emerge, new threats emerge as well, and keeping up with them requires a trained team of professionals. Cybersecurity roles include security engineers, security architects, computer forensics analysts, and threat hunters. Teams are overseen by chief security officers, or CSOs. At the individual level, there are several best practices to keep in mind. Make sure to keep antivirus software up to date, regularly change your passwords, and use multi-factor authentication. Investing in cybersecurity plans makes an organization stronger. Benefits include prevention of unauthorized user access, improved recovery time after a breach, protection for endpoint users and endpoint devices, business continuity, and so much more. Cybersecurity infrastructure allows organizations to focus on their goals and operations without worrying about debilitating attacks and interruptions. How does your organization handle cybersecurity? Let us know in the comments, and remember to subscribe for all things business tech.
Meet Hostinger AI Website Builder, the easy way to launch your online store.
So, key takeaways. So, sa ethical hacking muna tayo. So, ethical hacking helps organization finds and fix system weaknesses before real hackers exploit them. It is legal and safe way to test cybersecurity defenses. Ethical hackers follow proper steps like reconnaissance, scanning, gaining access, and reporting. While in penetrate penetration testing. So penetration testing is simulated cyber attacks to find and fix vulnerabilities. It includes testing network, web apps, mobile apps, and even people or social engineering. Lastly, it helps companies stay one step ahead of cyber criminals. So, sa emerging cyber threats and attacks naman po, so modern threats include ransomware, phishing 2.0, AI-powered attacks, and cloud or IoT-based hacking. Attackers are smarter using fake emails, deepfakes, and even insider help. Lastly, regular risk assessment and employee awareness are key to staying protected. So, sa cybersecurity naman po, cybersecurity protects data systems and networks from unauthorized access and attacks. Strong cybersecurity includes firewalls, encryption, regular updates, and trained personnel. Lastly, both technology and human behavior plays key roles in keeping systems secure. So, Sir Jeric Balesa will discuss emerging AI and machine learning in cybersecurity and future of cybersecurity in businesses. So, ito po yung references ko. Thank you so much po.
Okay, ethical hackers are the same tools, no, and techniques are as malicious hackers, but with illegal permission and constructive purpose. They may perform activities such as penetration testing, vulnerability scanning, social engineering tests, and system audits. So the process often involves space like reconnaissance, no, scanning, no, gaining access, maintaining access, and covering attacks. So all conducted under strict ethical guidelines. So the significance of ethical hacking has grown immensely in today's digital age, where cyber threats, no, are becoming more sophisticated, and businesses, governments, and even healthcare institutions. Okay, with the rise of remote work and about cloud computing right now, no, the attack surface for organization has widened, no, making regular ethical assessment critical for data protection and regulatory compliance. However, again, sabi nga ng presenter natin, ethical hacking comes with challenges. No? It requires a deep understanding of networks, operating system, and application security. There is also a fine line between legal and illegal hacking, which demands adherence to ethical codes, contracts, and professional standards, because our organization must carefully vet and monitor ethical hackers to present or to prevent misuse, no, of access or confidential information. So ethical hacking is a proactive and essential cybersecurity practice. It enables organizations to stay ahead of potential attackers by uncovering weaknesses before they can be exploited. As cyber threats evolve, the demand for skilled ethical hackers continues to rise, making it a critical component of modern IT security strategies and education. And right now, the Commissioner of Education started crafting the BS Cybersecurity Program, because at present, the available in the colleges and university are BSIT or kaya BS Computer Science, major or specialized in cybersecurity. Okay? So I think that's it for this topic.